Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to go over the new 84 overall icon set. I actually had heard about that before launch and they didn't include it in the launch, so now there is a new set in the game to create the 84 overall icons that you've seen in the auction house, no doubt. So we're going to break down all of the options that you can get and see if it is worth it. So let's get into that right now. So like I said, if you go to the icon sets, you'll see here 84 overall bronze icon choice. Exchange gold players to select an 84 overall icon. Choose from 4, so it works just like all the other ones. Instead of gold icon collectibles, though, it requires 30 gold players. So you're looking at about 30K roughly in value to create these 84s. So let's go take a look at the options that you can get to see if it is worth it or not. All right, guys, we'll kick things off with the 84 Guy Carbonneau, and this is a great card in my opinion overall. I mean, first of all, with Distributor, which is one of the most important synergies to grab, boost his speed to 86, which is okay, but he's a center anyways. 87 on the draw is really valuable early on in the game. This is a great card if you can pack, and definitely worth 30 gold cards if you can get him. He is looking like a strong top choice among the 84 overall set, in my opinion, worth the 30 gold cards. Moving on to the 84 Sid Abel. Same situation as Guy Carbonneau. Has 85 on the draw, which is nice. His skating's at 83 across the board, and he has a decent shot in the mid-80s. Unfortunately, his synergies are not very good, in my opinion. I would much rather have the Guy Carbonneau, but not a terrible option. So if you didn't get Carbonneau, this isn't a bad backup with 85 on the draw. Looking like a decent buy because, again, centers is just so hard to come by a good center with decent face-offs. Igor Larionov, one of the best players in NHL 19, 5'9", so he's a little bit smaller. Going to, again, looking at those face-offs, 89 on the draw. The one problem is you want to have a bigger centerman just for the defensive zone, but again, you could do a lot worse. And the synergies, again, I'm not a huge fan of these ones, but he does have a mid-80s shot. But that face-off rating is super valuable. So far, there's a lot of good center options that you could get with 30 cards to trade in, especially if you're a free-to-play team. This, again, face-offs are king early on, and not a bad option. Again, you can get away with slower players at center. The only problem is that he's really small in the defensive zone, so I'd probably want Guy Carbonneau, but not a bad option at all in Igor Larionov. Then we've got the 84 Ray Ferraro from the New York Islanders. Has kind of winger stats, but again, 86 on the draw, which is just nuts. All of these centers have really good face-off rating. But this would probably be one of my top options because, again, he has a great face-off rating, 86. He's got speed of 87, and if you have Distributor, that's 90. And then he's got a, mid to high 80 shot. So, again, you could do a lot worse than him. Unfortunately, at 5'10" and 76 body checking, though, he's not going to play good in the defensive zone. So, probably want to play him on the wing if you can, but just an all-around good card. So, any of these 84s so far, not bad in terms of value. Moving on to the 84 Markus Naslund. This would probably be my first pass. Again, you want fast wingers, and while 84 isn't terrible, you kind of want there's better options that are cheaper, like Duchesne, the lit Duchesne I'd much rather have. You can't put him at center, obviously, with 74 faceoffs. He's a winger. Now, his wrist shot is nice at 89 and 87, but I think the speed is more important in my opinion, so this one would be a pass for me, but so far the only one I don't think is worth the 30 players to trade in. And then lastly, we've got the 84 Eddie Olczyk, 6'1", 201, again, at center, but a lower face-off rating. This is probably the worst of the bunch, so this would be a hard pass if you were to get him in your pack or your choice of 4. With Spark and Gladiator, not good synergies. He's not fast. His shot is okay, and only an 81 face-off. Again, just not really worth it. So, I mean, out of the 6 options you can get, you're guaranteed at least one good card, at least for center. So if you're weak on center depth, then this set is definitely worth it, in my opinion. So guys, a little bit of a quicker video there. I just want to break down all the 84 icons for you there. So the set does look worth it currently. Again, 30 gold players is not bad. Now, they are going to be untradeable, and these are the cards that are probably going to fall off first. But because they're face-off rating, like if you get a Carbonneau or Ferraro, which you're pretty much guaranteed to. You'd have to get really unlucky to not get them. They have good face-off ratings and whatnot that you could use for quite some time before, they have to fall out of your lineup. But by then, the silver icons might be available, so who knows, who's to say. But 30 gold players, not a bad trade in value. I wouldn't do more than one, maybe two. Again, it does help your center depth, as there's just not a lot of strong middle-tier center. Like, there's either the Bergeron and Gretzky with elite face-off rating, or there's base cards like Sagan that has 79. Like, it's a very big drop-off, so watch out for these guys. These are good middle-tier options at center. So but yeah, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section down below, and please subscribe for daily NHL content. I'll catch you guys on my live stream starting at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Twitch link is down below. Have a good one, guys.